Lights and Shadows in Mississippi. The Truth About a Time to Kill.
Welcome to a new episode of Celluloid Heart. It is 1996. Movie theaters are dominated by blockbusters, but a courtroom drama set in the deep south of the United States manages to gross $152 million, becoming a cultural phenomenon. We are talking about A Time to Kill. But behind this success, there isn't just a story of justice. There is a complex production machine, an all-powerful author, and an ethical controversy that lasts to this day. This is a journey inside one of the most discussed legal movies of the 90s.
The difficult genesis and the power of Grisham. Contrary to popular belief, John Grisham's original novel was not an immediate success. Published in 1989 with a meager print run of 5,000 copies, it was ignored by everyone. Only after the boom of The Firm did Hollywood scramble to adapt Grisham's debut work. But the writer, by then a star, imposed ironclad control. An example? The lead role. Director Joel Schumacher wanted Woody Harrelson, but Grisham issued an insurmountable veto. The reason? Harrelson had starred in Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers, a film Grisham detested, holding it responsible for inspiring a real-life murder.
The McConaughey Gamble. The veto on Harrelson opened the door for a then-unknown actor, Matthew McConaughey. The studio was terrified at the idea of entrusting a $40 million budget to a nobody, but Schumacher saw something special in him. That choice not only defined McConaughey's career, launching the future McConaissance, but it gave the character of Jake Brigance a human, sweaty, and imperfect face, capable of connecting with the audience in a visceral way.
Sandra Bullock and the commercial changes. But Hollywood is still Hollywood. To ensure commercial success, Akiva Goldsman's screenplay had to make concessions. The character of Ellen Rourke, played by Sandra Bullock, is a marginal figure in the book who appears only at the end. In the film, she becomes a co-protagonist right from the start. They needed a female star for the posters, even at the cost of overshadowing other characters and compressing the narrative. A brilliant marketing move, but one that changed the balance of the story.
The white savior and the sanitization of the character. There is a more controversial aspect to the adaptation, the sanitization of the protagonist. In the novel, the lawyer Jake Brigance is egocentric, unpleasant, and full of flaws. The film transforms him into a stainless hero. This change unintentionally reinforces the white savior trope. The drama of the black community and the defendant Carl Lee Haley risks becoming merely a backdrop for the glorification of the white lawyer. Roger Ebert noted that the black characters often seemed like mere atmosphere for the hero's moral growth.
Vigilantism and private justice. The ethical heart of the film remains the question, is it ever right to take the law into one's own hands? Carl Lee Haley kills his daughter's rapists in a premeditated act. The film, while showing the horror, constructs a narrative that pushes the audience to root for acquittal, flirting dangerously with the justification of vigilantism. Critics and academics have debated this at length. The film condemns the violence of the KKK, but justifies that of the avenging father, creating an unresolved moral paradox.
The legal strategy and the closing argument. We arrive at the climax, the closing argument. Jake Brigance realizes that the law cannot save Carl Lee, so he abandons logic, logos, to embrace pure emotion, pathos. The iconic line, "Close your eyes, now imagine she's white," is a rhetorical masterpiece, but also a terrible indictment of the system. Brigance forces the white jury to feel empathy only by whitewashing the victim. It is the triumph of emotional justice over the penal code.
Legacy and modern criticisms. Today, we view A Time to Kill through the lens of the Black Lives Matter movement. Although it was a brave attempt to show systemic racism, It appears dated in its approach. Samuel L. Jackson, despite a monumental performance, was ignored by the Oscars, a fact many attribute to the racial hierarchies of Hollywood at the time. However, the legacy continues. Matthew McConaughey is in talks to reprise the role in an HBO series based on A Time for Mercy.
A Time to Kill remains a hybrid work, a commercial blockbuster that attempts a social critique. It is a film about America's contradictions, capable of highlighting and at the same time simplifying enormous issues. Whether you love it or criticize it, it marked an era, reminding us that in cinema, as in court, the truth always depends on who tells the story.
If you remember this film, feel free to send me your personal comments. If you have never seen it, here's your chance to discover it. Celluloid Heart thanks you and looks forward to seeing you for the next episode.